First, Coach Canal has used the word finish to describe how you guys have been playing, especially down the stretch. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think that's accurate. And it's going to be something that's very important for us, in this game. We got to go out there with the finish mentality, and that's, finishing plays, finishing drives, and then ultimately trying to finish the game.
How difficult is it to kind of peak with the energy or anxiety or excitement or all that, to peak Sunday and not have that weigh on you all week? How do you do that?
I mean, you really just got to be in the moment, right? Like, you can't get too far ahead of yourself. Like, if you take care of the work throughout the week, then, that kind of, like, will handle the game for itself, right? If you're looking too far down the road, like you said, you're going to peak too soon, and you definitely don't need that. Like, the energy in the stadium is going to be enough for you that, just wait till you get there, handle your business now, then handle everything when you get there.
What's that excitement like, though, on a Thursday? You've done this before. You've been in this situation, but Thursday, before the divisional round, what is the excitement like?
I think it's different for different people, right? Like, if you haven't been in it before, then you're probably like really excited because you have no idea what to expect. But having been there before, like, obviously, like, what the excitement is going to be like. But like you just said, you try not to peak too soon. So try not to spend too much time focusing on like getting excited for the game, and because there's a lot of details that we have to like iron out, a lot of game planning that we have to do and kind of focus on.
Chris, as loud as it's going to be there, how vital is it just to establish something early to try to take that crowd out of the game a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very important, but at the same time, I don't expect to go there and to completely silence the crowd, in the first drive, right? Like, they've been waiting for this moment for so long, and they have a great team, so like they're excited. They're not going to just be like, oh well, they score once and now we're going to lose. Like, it's not going to be that kind of deal. So we're willing to go out there and expecting to deal with the crowd the entire game. But at the end of the day, we have to handle our business. So we have to work on our communication, our silent communication, and just work on executing at a high level.
Coach talked about how it's been like a season-long journey to figure out how to best use you in his offense.
Yeah.
What has that journey been like for you?
It's definitely been a journey, but I don't necessarily think it's just like me either. Like, I think whenever you're putting in a new offense, especially with a first-year offensive coordinator, right, like, it's going to take some growing. Like, you have to figure out what you like, each player likes, how that fits into the whole scheme, and then figure out like how to execute it the best, on game day. And sometimes those things manifest themselves a little bit earlier, and sometimes it just takes like a process. But obviously it's a long year, and you have to just be willing to take the proper steps to getting to that point.
There's been a lot of discourse about Detroit secondary. When you're watching film and you're preparing for them, what do you kind of see in the personnel and what they are?
I think the first thing that kind of pops up is the energy that they play with, right? Like, they play with a lot of energy, and I think it's very reflective of the coaching staff that they have. Like, if you watch anything that they've been a part of over the last couple of years, like, that's something that they've been preaching. Like, Dan Campbell does a great job of getting those guys ready. Aaron Glenn does the same thing. So they're very fiery, very competitive, but I think they also trust those guys to cover in a bunch of different scenarios that you wouldn't expect, right? Like, you wouldn't expect a bunch of safeties covering receivers, but they do it. And so it's clear that they have a lot of trust in those guys, and it's because they've proven it. So they got a good group back there. It's going to be a challenge for us. I think the first thing that I really expressed to like a lot of like the younger guys is just understand like what we're stepping into, right? Like, the postseason is nothing like the regular season, and like as fast as the regular season was, this is another level. The intensity level is going to be up here, and especially when you have an exciting crowd like we're about to have, it's going to crank that up even more. So we have to go in there, ready to handle whatever comes our way, and But I think above everything, we got to stay together.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.